Robbins will lead Jones, giving chase. An all-Z 16-cylinder battle. What do we got? Robbins versus Jones. Let's see how they handle coming down the hill. Robbins initiates, coming to that first front clip. Robbins, Jones a little bit tighter, but he's losing some ground as Robbins consistent up the hill into that second outside zone, into the keyhole. Now see if he can tighten it up. Both of them do that as they exit out. Unlock the door. Speaking of doors, Jones sticks it to the door of Robbins and back up the hill past that final front clip. The first front clip becomes getting the clean air. And Robbins chasing him down. Robbins, we saw him last year, very aggressive. It seems like he's kind of chilling out. He's changed tire manufacturers. Oh, look at this, going to the dirt. Just as I say that, Alec Robbins goes on the wrong side of the clipping point. That is going to be detrimental to the outcome of this run. Oh boy. So Jeff Jones could have the victory here. I want to take a look at the instant replay, make sure there's no foul play. I don't think that was the case. I think that Jones, or excuse me, not Jones, but Robbins. Michael Essa initiates. High on the bank, look at this, both of them. Textbook initiation on that outside zone. Let's see how they handle that first front clip. Alec Robbins tucks in the smoke signal, does not phase him whatsoever. Ooh, but then he does center punch that second inside clip. And on that second outside zone, good execution. Really like the way Robbins has progressed through the years. I know he drifted an MDU in a truck actually, and now he's campaigning this 350Z. Yes, sir, Robbins. All the way high, a little bit higher than Michael Essa even. About the second hash mark on that. Oh boy, Michael Essa shallows it up. Dipping that one front left tire, that's just a small deduction essentially. But Robbins putting it right into leave the start line before Bodie Bakshis. And look at that, little staggered start. Still did not help him out. Got a little bit of a late start, but now he's reeling him in. Wow, Bodie Bakshis has a different kind of machine this year. A real slamming down as Alec Robbins takes a way shallow line, center punches that front clip, and Bodie Bakshis, our current points leader. Remember, he started out winning rounds 1 and 2. Alec Robbins will now lead. Bodie Bakshis give a chase. Man, the smoke really lingering. And there goes Alec Robbins. Alec Robbins, great angle there, good lead run. Bodie Bakshis. Look at that. Allowed him just enough. Whoa! Bodie Bakshis really utilizing that transition, and that's what he did earlier in 32. And here he is once again at 16. Wow. Ready to get after it. And wow. There we go, Jeff Jones. Yeah, these things are ablazing. Jeff Jones comes into that first outside zone. That 818 coming to us from Los Angeles. You got Minnesota's own Facetto. Nissan Z into that second outside zone. Shooting out those cones. I know Jeff Jones throwing it down, doing the soldier boy, right? Superman. Let's see if he can bring it on home as Alec Robbins gets some separation here. Tries to play catch up. Jeff Jones making it look good.
All right.
That Edelbrock Gucci or Dan Burkett. And here goes Robbins out front. That Facetto Nissan Z. It's an all Z battle, all V8s under the hood. See Jeff Jones applies the pressure there in that first outside zone. And now digging into that second, that big, long 180 degree. And into that front clip. Good angle there from Jones. Alec Robbins, like I said, pulled away earlier. Oh, and Robbins almost looked like getting that angle right there. About to put it down. See the Type S lights underneath the vehicles. And here comes Kazuya Taguchi in that lead position, filling all that zone. Nice job by Kazuya. Bit of a shallow angle there from actually both the drivers, excuse me. And now into the outer zone. Look at Alec Robbins. Yeah, being from Minnesota, he's got the snow, he's got the wet, and now he's got the good chase run. Past that inside clip, Kazuya Taguchi, flames shooting out of the hood, and unfortunately Robbins takes a shallower line there, but I liked what I saw coming down in the Facetto Nissan 350Z from Becker, Minnesota. And here comes Robbins. Definitely an aggressive driver last year, tempering the flame, literally cooling it down here in the wet, but still phenomenal placement of that Nissan Z. And here goes, look at that, just hangs it out to dry. And then around that front clip, you can see Kazuya Taguchi taking out that front clip. Oh, and then Robbins once again, so even in the lead position, takes that shallower line, just having a tough time. Maybe a little nervous, like 4 more battles. And if you had a 5th, that would be Essa, but he'd get that by run. You won't be seeing him run till a 16. All right, Alec Robbins will lead that Facetto 350Z, and of course, Rad Dan going for it. Ryan, you were really enamored by his run yesterday. Looks like he goes for it, but has to back down this. Whoa, weird angle there from Alec Robbins, and that really threw him off, but allowed Dan Burkett to definitely gain some ground there. Ryan, that was very difficult for Dan Burkett to adjust and adapt to that flick and that transition. Rad Industries, Gear Wrench, GT Radio, Toyota Supra will be chased down by the Facetto Koenig Wheels Nissan 350Z from Minnesota. Dan Burkett initiates. Let's see if he can harness some of that energy he had last night in the wet. Dan Burkett initiates. He does drop down. He works it back up. Alec Robbins, quite a bit of distance back there. Now a nasty transition by Dan Burkett coming to that second outside zone, really filling it. Alec Robbins taking that shallow line once again. In the chase, that is very, very apparent that he just does not have that dial. Dan Burkett, he is really off track there, but I think he's definitely, you know, watching him in qualifying yesterday, you know, he did make it into the first session, one and done. So how much practice did he get? Here we go. Dylan Hughes throws in a massive angle there. Alec Robbins struggling a little bit to get to the side of him. He now does. You can see, take some angle out of him to compromise for the proximity, but we'd like to see him emulating and mimicking that angle as Dylan Hughes goes very deep into the outside zone too, and that does allow Alec Robbins to gain proximity. So just starting to zero down on those RPMs and slowing it down to the MPH. Excuse me, not on the RPMs, but just on the MPH. We kind of took away the speed guns years ago, but the speed and the friction of this track, it's an exciting track. Because again, you start at high speeds, it gets sketchy. So here we go, Alec Robbins out front of Facetto, Nissan 350Z from Minnesota, chasing him down, Dylan Hughes, so he's taking that line. So look at where the rear tires are. Dylan is mimicking that line. Now coming to the power alley, Alec Robbins looking a lot more efficient with the cleaner air up front. Dylan Hughes doesn't get out to that the third outside zone. Let's see how he handles it here. Put an exclamation point on the run. Dylan goes deep, as does Alec Robbins, obviously out front. And there we go. Facetto, Nissan 350Z, Koenig wheels on the corners. Here we go. Alec Robbins going into that first outside zone. Right back to it, Ryan. As you said, only maybe his team knows that he can drive like this. I've seen him do well on MDU, behind the wheel of a truck, and now in his Nissan 350Z. Wow, gets a lot of landscaping there, and now comes in the outside zone. Look at Rad Dan. He goes for the gusto. And Rad Industries, Gear Wrench, Toyota Supra on GT radials will lead. That first outside zone. Rad Dan fills all of it. Look how dark it, oh buddy, that's gonna be, oh man, that's gonna be an incomplete there for Rad Dan. First time, and he's going against Ryan Turk in that gun out. Toyota Racing, Nitto Tire, Toyota Corolla hatchback. Here we go. All right, Alec Robbins initiates. Right back to it, right into that first outer zone, now into the second outer zone. Big angle, Robbins goes hard to the wall. Robbins slams into the wall, make sure he's okay, and Ryan Turk does not need to continue with the entirety of his run as he is in the chase run.
So that's a first. We've seen people always a little breath holding on this first battle.
Why? What is that? Just like, just, I mean, we're just the announcers. Imagine the drivers.
Because of the energy.
Got it. Here we go. Send it. JTP. Alec Robbins comes to the judges out to the outside. Quick little touch and go. Justin Paul gets out there. Alec Robbins on the struggle bus right now as JTP with all the clean air, absolutely putting it down and doing exactly what he needs to do. But Alec Robbins having a tough go, man. That's the starting lights right between the vehicles. He chase car can jump the lights, but not until they're extinguished can lead car leave the start line. Alec Robbins sends an interview of the judges, gets to that outside touch and go. And Justin Pollock chasing him down, didn't get as deep as Alec Robbins, but he knows he has an advantage here, so he really doesn't need to pour all of it on there. Just really kind of show up, show some presence, and there it is. That's going to be an easy way to leave that start line for run one of this battle here in top 32. Top 32. Suzuki up garage. ISR 86. Up garage is up on the wall as Alec Robbins. Look at these guys tapping, getting into the wall. Alec Robbins dropping low. Not able to get to the side of Alec. And Kazuya continues on through the course. Alec Robbins does have that proximity, but he had some mistakes there on initiation. Now going to that final outside zone. There goes Kazuya Taguchi. Alec Robbins taking a shallower line.